Hi, and welcome to this final lecture on SymPy. So in this lecture we're going to look at how to get numerical. So what this means is that we're going to take SymPy expressions and turn them into numerical output. Once you have the numerical output, you can use that for instance, plotting. So first of all, let's just start by importing SymPy and defining the symbol x. So the first thing we'll take a look at is floating point numbers. So we've previously seen this kind of subs function for substituting values into an expression. However, this will not get you floating point numbers. Let me just give you an example of this. So let's say we have an expression and let that be sp.pi times x to the second power plus 5 times x and then plus the constant e, which we denote by sp.E. So this is just a basic second degree polynomial. Here you have it. What you then can do is to do the subs function, substituting the variable x for, say, the value 1. But here you can see you don't really get a floating point number, you just get e plus pi plus 5. So SymPy does not really want to combine these into a single floating point number unless specifically asked for it. So let's just store this as a value variable and run this. So what you can do is to use the evalf method. So this method stands for evaluate function, and you can use this to get a concrete floating point number. So let's take our value and use evalf like this. And here you can see you get a specific floating point number. So what you can do with this evalf function is to specify the precision. So here maybe I have a bit too many of these decimal points. So maybe I can just do value.evalf, but instead of specifying nothing, then I get the default, I can specify say 8. So here I get 8 numbers. Notice that the 8 also refers to the numbers before the decimal point. So in total here there are 8 numbers. That's really it with evalf for getting a floating point number. I just want to mention that there is also an alternative syntax that is sometimes used, and this is simply using sp.N. I think n stands for numerical, and in this case you can just pass in your value as your first argument, like this. Then you get the same as we did with evalf, so these two mean the same. And you can also specify the precision in the second argument. So if I do 8 here, I'll get the same as this thing here. So it's completely up to you which one you choose. Personally, I prefer the evalf method that we have here, but again, it's up to you. So this is it for getting floating point numbers. And the thing is, unfortunately, that this evalf approach is incredibly slow. So if you have many points that you want to evaluate an expression at, which we actually do because we want to plot something, then you should really use Lambdify instead. So what we then can do is to take our expression. I'm just copying it here so that you can still see it. And then I can make a variable. Let's call it lambdified expression. Then I use the function sp.lambdify. And here I can pass in first the variable in question, which is x, and secondly, the expression. You can see that if I run this, this works fine. And actually, if I just print out the lambdified expression, then you can see that this is just some sort of function object. And now we can use the lambdified expression to easily evaluate at certain points. So now I can take my lambdified expression here, and then I can simply evaluate at, say, the point 2. Then I get this value at the point 3, then I get this value, and so on. So I've essentially turned the expression into more something classically akin to a function. Instead of doing the evalf thing, you can now do this, but this is really just scratching the surface of what you can do, because now you can evaluate at tons of points at once. So what's very common to do is to use the library NumPy to evaluate a lambdified expression at many points at once. NumPy is kind of a sister library to SymPy in a sense, and we have a whole playlist on NumPy also on our channel, so if you want to check that out, you can do that. But really, we just need a single command. So let's first import NumPy as np. So if you're using the Anaconda distribution, then NumPy should already be installed. Let me just run this. This works fine. And now I can make a lot of points at once. What I do is then to take NumPy and do the linspace function. Let's say that I want to create points from -20 all the way to 20, and then I can specify how many points I want. So let's say 1,000. So if you want to see what we just made, we can print out points. Here you can see that we've made what's called a NumPy array, and this is at least conceptually similar to a typical Python list. Here you can see you start at -20, then you have -19.95 something, all the way up to 0, and then all the way up to actually, if you can see this, all the way up to +20. So let me just not print this out. Now with all these points, I can actually evaluate the lambdified expression on all of these. And I don't need to use any for loops or anything like that to iterate through and evaluate on all of them. I can simply take my lambdified expression. So let me copy that. and evaluate it at the points. If I do this, I get precisely the output of the function on all of these points separately. So you can then again see here that you get this kind of same structure. You can even see this more clearly by using the type function. So I use the type function, you can see here that this becomes a NumPy array. So the ND here just indicates n-dimensional array, and this is the basic building block of NumPy. So that means that we have essentially inputs and we have outputs. So that means that we can plot them. Actually, so SymPy has some native plotting, but typically you would go to the library Matplotlib or a similar library to plot the values of a function. So in the Python ecosystem, there are like tons of plotting libraries, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotly are some of them, but definitely Matplotlib is the most common one and pretty much the most basic one. So what you can do is to import matplotlib.pyplot as plt and run this. Again, if you have done a content distribution, then you should have Matplotlib installed. So what you can now do is simply do plt.plot. So this is basically the simplest plot you can make. And now for the x values, we have our points. And for the y values, we have this here. So maybe let's make this into a variable called output and run the cell. And we'll place our output here. And then we can give our plot a title. So let's give this the title parabola. And finally, we need to actually show the plot. So this is essentially for making the plot. This is for adding the title. And then we write plt.show for showing the plot. So now when I run this cell, you can see here that I get a plot of my expression. So this is the second degree polynomial that we started with. So to quickly summarize, the eval_f function is great for going numerical with a single value, while the Lambdify function is great for taking a SymPy expression and evaluating it on loads of points. Once you have evaluated it, you can use it in loads of other Python libraries, like for instance Matplotlib. So actually this marks the end of this course on SymPy. So the goal of this course was to go through the most basic building blocks of SymPy so that you can learn the rest you need on your own. So we're definitely planning on making more similar courses in the future here on our channel. So if you like the content we're creating, then definitely subscribe, and me and Stine will see you again in the future. Thanks and have a nice day.